Our message today is about the changes in your life and the changes in the world and the changes that are ever evolving always, because the only constant, my darling, in existence, well, not the only, but one of the biggest constants in existence is change. No matter what you do, no matter how you live, no matter how small you live or how big you live, no matter where you live or when you live, there will be change. You cannot stop it. You cannot make everything remain the same. And one of the biggest challenges and upsets of our physical friends is that when they find something that makes them happy, they want it to change. They don't want it to change. They want to keep it. They want to own it. They want to make it be what it's always been, so it will always be what they want it to be and keep them safe. But my darlings, change is not necessarily safe. In a river, when it's blocked up and it's changed and there is no flow, eventually the molecular structure of the river will dam up and the molecular structure will become gooey and yucky and all sorts of things happen. And it doesn't have that free-flowing clean of the movement of the river. But even in the molecular change in the river when it's dammed up, it's still changing. Your choices in life, my darlings, are whether or not you're going to go with the flow or whether or not you're going to dam up the flow and deal with the molecular structure that happens in your being when you're not in flow. When you're in that place that's holding on and trying to keep everything stuck and safe and the same and normal. And in that place is rarely the zestly beauty of life. So the first part of our message today is that change happens. End of story. Will happen. Can't stop it. You're going to live, you're going to grow, you're going to decay, and you're going to die, and you're going to live again, and you're going to grow, and you're going to decay, and you're going to die. Dying is not bad. It's the next step into the next adventure you're going to go on. We don't suggest that you speed it up in any way in this particular modality, because being here on planet Earth is quite a delicious process when you learn to accept the change and the growth and move into all the possibilities that go. But we also suggest you don't be afraid of every change that is coming. Now, right now in your society, in your world, there are multiple changes happening in a way that you are noticing them. Now, your world has always changed. There has always been political something or other going on. There has always been environmental something or other going on. There has always been social something or other going on. And there's always been personal something or other going on. That's just the nature. But you're noticing a lot of the changes. And as you notice them, it is very easy for you to become very, very upset because it's not the way it was. It's not the way it should be. It's not the way you think it might be. You're afraid it's going to change things for the worse for you. And what we want you to know, my darlings, is that in all change, there are parts of it that will feel good and parts of it that probably won't. There are parts of it that you'll just sit back and enjoy, and parts of it you need to navigate. There are parts of it that you will be presented with opportunities to affect the change, and parts of it you just need to accept. Life is full of changes because, my darlings, trust us. You didn't come here to play small. You didn't come here to be stagnant. If you're listening to this show right now, we know that you are a growing person, that you like to grow, that you like to expand, that you like to move into the opportunities and the possibilities that present themselves for you to be the most magnificent you can be. And when you're feeling frightened, look to see what the fear is telling you. It's false evidence appearing real. Well, if this happens, then that's going to happen, and that's going to happen, and that's going to happen. Maybe, maybe not. Well, if this happens, it'll be good, and I'll enjoy it. If this happens, it'll be bad, and it'll be terrible. Maybe, maybe not. You can't know all the ramifications of everything that's happening because, my darlings, we in non-physical don't have all the answers either. Now, we know this is very upsetting for some of you because you want to believe in a supreme being and a supreme energy and a supreme absolute script that knows that the world will be saved and your life will be okay and that everything will go on just as you need it to go on for you to feel comfortable. Well, that's just not the way things work. Because the way things work is you and we together are in the process of evolving. We're in the process of creating new possibilities. We're in the process of finding solutions to what you consider problems and finding ways to expand that which you consider good. And in that movement is excitement, is growth, is possibility, is wondrous opportunity. Because, my darlings, you want it that way. That's why we and you set it up this way. Now let that sink in for a moment. Because we know there are certain belief systems that say that once you cross over to the other side, you're going to sit on a cloud and play a harp. And you're going to meet supreme beings that are going to make everything absolute perfection, and you'll never, ever have to stress or worry or effort again. For eternity. You have no idea how long eternity is. It's forever, and the human egoic brain cannot wrap itself around what forever is. Forever is ever evolvement. It's ever going. It's ever expanding. It's ever knowing. And you would not want to do the same thing in forever. And that is why we create. That is why we develop Earth and multiple other realities. That is why we develop time-space continuums as well as the infinite in no time where we exist. That is why when you cross over, you get to explore what happened while you were playing this game called Life on Planet Earth and see what you like and see what you didn't like and decide if you want to come back or decide if you want to go somewhere else. That is why you get to choose whether you're going to be a microbe, a rock, a person, a tree, an animal in another dimension. There are so many infinite possibilities. Look out at the stars, my darlings. And for every star out there, there's a billion possibilities. And for all the space in the between, there's a quadrillion, bajillion, more than illions you can think of opportunity to grow and to expand and to know. And in all of that is the delicious change that you are seeking. So when you find yourself trying to slow down your life, sometimes you need to slow it down just to get your breath and modulate your energy and decide your next best step. And that's okay, because that's why you chose this time-space continuum. But if you find yourself trying to dam up the river and stop the flow, we want you to take some time to feel into whether or not that's where you want to be. Sometimes you need a rest, and that's absolutely appropriate. But even in a rest, there is change. But when you start to feel stagnant and stuck, when you start to feel unhappy and dissatisfied, that is what Abraham calls your internal guidance system, giving you the information that you need to let you know it's time to step back into the flow. That flow is so profoundly beautiful. And when you can let go of the riverbank and join us in the flow, you can move with the water to the highest and best possibility for you to play with. And as you bump into a rock, you get to deal with that issue. And you get to deal with that change. And as you find yourself in a pool of stagnant water, you get to deal with that. And as you find yourself rushing down the stream and enjoying the ride and surfing on the waves, you get to enjoy that. Every bit of it is a possibility created for you to play in. And once you realize that it's all ever-changing potentiality of you expressing yourself in physical form using your spiritual guidance system here on this life journey, you will begin to enjoy the blessings and the bliss of this journey you are on. Yes, yes, yes.